Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Laurie.
I'm Hannah.
I'm sorry, let me get adjusted here. How's everybody doing tonight? So tell us something good. Do you have some good news in your life? Do you have a countdown coming? We have a few countdowns. But put those in the comments, and we love the chat, and we love to hear what you've got going on. We have a few things coming up. We have a cruise with Hannah and her best friend Elizabeth, which is like my second daughter. And that cruise will be in the spring, not too far away. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got a pretty good countdown. I love when a countdown is like below 100. That makes me feel good. Gives me something to look forward to. Are we there? Mm-hmm. Okay. My hair looks kind of funky. What in the world?
It's dark.
I haven't had anything. It's like all my hair is on one side.
It's dark in here.
Oh, I thought you meant my hair was dark. I'm like, I had to get my hair.
My hair?
Yeah, I just got this weird swoop thing going on. Oh, well. Hey, Cheryl and Ed. We see you. Good to see you. Thank you for saying hey. Do y'all have a countdown coming up? I know y'all going on the Encore. I think you're going back to Alaska on the Encore, actually.
Dad and I are going to see Riverdance.
Huh?
Dad and I are going to see Riverdance.
Yes, Hannah and William, we have season tickets for a local theater that we have here, and I do not really care for Riverdance. It's not been one of my favorite shows, and William loves the music of Riverdance, so we're going to go. No, they're going to go see it. They're each other's Valentine dates. Mm-hmm. They're going to go see it on Valentine's Day.
I used to have Riverdance on DVD, and I would watch it over and over and over again.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Until the DVD player ate it. It just like...
Do you miss DVDs?
No. Because I don't know if you know the feeling of anger when you would open up a DVD packet and the DVD not be in there, or somebody put another DVD in the DVD packet. And you just keeping up with them was a hassle.
Or it has a scratch on it.
Yeah, and then you had Netflix, how Netflix originally started with them mailing DVDs to you. And then if you lost that DVD, then you had to pay for it, and then you would find it a month later.
Have we lost? Did we lose one?
I lost Ice Princess.
I don't remember paying for it, though.
You paid for it.
Because you can keep them as long as you want it back then.
You were like, oh, where is it?
I wonder how much I paid for that sucker.
I don't know.
What was Ice Princess?
It was about an ice skater.
Was it like animated?
Nope. I think it had Hayden Tier in it.
Well, yeah. So, y'all have Riverdance. We have a cruise coming up in less than 2 months now. Y'all, I got this weird thing going on with my neck. And it doesn't hurt. I don't know if anybody ever had this. But every time I turn from side to side, can you hear it?
It sounds like your jaw.
It's my neck. It pops. It's like it's cracking sounds. It doesn't hurt. Anybody know what that is? I mean, I'm going to see my doctor.
Have you gone like this? All the way, like touch your ear to your shoulder.
I do. I've been doing stretching exercises like this to see if I can get to stop, but it's continuous all day long. Every time I turn my head.
Sounds like you need to go to the chiropractor.
I don't know what it is. I Googled it.
Sounds like it's coming out of your mouth.
It's not. It's my neck. I Googled it, and it says something about air bubbles.
In between your joints?
Yeah, or something. I don't know. But it doesn't hurt. I don't have a headache from it. It's not stiff. It doesn't hurt. It just makes noises all day long. It's really loud in my head. With your neck, you can hear it really loud.
Well, Cooper's wanting to know what's on your shirt.
What's on my shirt? Valentine's. It says love for Valentine's. Mm-hmm. Happy Valentine's early, everyone. Mm. Hannah doesn't believe in Valentine's Day.
I hate it.
She's never liked Valentine's Day.
I hate it.
Do you remember you breaking up with somebody in high school on Valentine's Day?
Mm-hmm. I had them like Star Wars Valentine's stuff too.
And you gave it away to your friends.
I did. I hate Valentine's Day. It's really dumb. If you love someone, you should show it to them more than just on this day. It's just a Hallmark holiday. And it's Elizabeth's favorite holiday, and it is not mine. I hate this holiday.
Yeah, I told William this year, because I'm trying not to eat sugar. And it's like, don't get me candy and stuff. I really don't want anything. I just want us to go out to dinner on a date. But not, of course, on Valentine's Day, because you got him on Valentine's Day for River Dance. But William and I also booked a cruise for next September. I call it our pre-wedding cruise of the wedding, just to kind of breathe for a little bit before things get really crazy. But we're going to be in the yacht club on MSC. So that's exciting. I'm excited. I'm ready to be pampered for a few days. And we also put out a new video this week. A ship tour of the Norwegian Joy. So if you're interested in Norwegian ships as a whole, like the Escape and the Encore, the Joy and the Breakaway are all, I think it's the 4 that are all the same, pretty much the same almost plan. So if you are planning on getting on one of those ships and you just want to see what it looks like inside, I've tried to condense it and make it so it's under 14 minutes. So it's the entire ship under 14 minutes. All the public spaces. Of course, we weren't in the Haven, so none of that. And we didn't pay for the Vibe Beach Club, so we didn't go there either. Other than that, we got everything on the ship tour. So take a look at that. We appreciate that if you do. Program note, there is no live stream next week. My sister, her birthday is actually on Valentine's Day. And instead of going out to dinner for her birthday, because Hannah and William will be at River Dance, we're going to go to dinner with her for her birthday on Thursday. So next Thursday, we will not do a live stream. So let's go ahead and say hello to everyone in the chat. And while we're saying hello, if you just put, hashtag creator, we'll say that out loud too. We'll let everybody know that y'all are creators. So we'll go ahead and get started.
He's goodness gosh.
And we have Cheryl and Ed, our sweet friends from the Northeast. Good to see y'all.
They like River Dance.
It says we like River Dance, but we enjoy Celtic Thunder more. Is Celtic Thunder just music or is it dance too?
I think is that the one that's all men? The River Dancers?
Like Thunder from Down Under?
No. Celtic Thunder is a men's singing group. They have like Celtic women.
Oh, that's nice. So they're singing. See, I could do that. The funny thing is, y'all, is I danced from age 4 to 16. I was a dancer. But I do not like to go watch people dance. Like, I don't want to go to the ballet. I don't want to go to River Dance. It's weird. I guess I did it for so long it doesn't thrill me anymore. I don't know.
They have 3 days until the Sun Princess.
Cheryl and Ed had 3 more days. Are you packed? How many suitcases? How many big suitcases are you taking?
No, actually 36 days.
Oh, 36 days still. How many suitcases do you usually take, Cheryl and Ed? Because we take a lot in our suitcases.
Well, Cooper's not a fan of Valentine's Day either. So Noelle had a weird thing happen to her. So she and
Noelle, somebody she works with.
She and her husband had their thing that they were going to do was like a couples massage. So they booked a place like via Groupon. They bought it via Groupon. And they received a message from like the place where the massage is, I guess the spa, and said, oh, your Groupon won't work during these days. It was like from like the 12th to like the 16th. It says because we have for couples, the only slots we have are for couples Valentine's Day massages. I guess the word
massages.
And it's $400. I said, what about us? A massage is $400.
It's not even that expensive on a cruise ship.
And it's like they were in Nashville during this time. And so she had to get a refund, but Groupon wouldn't refund her with actual money. It was Groupon bucks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it not say it on the Groupon? Those dates are blacked out?
No.
So they should have to honor that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So I just heard her go, oh, that sucks. And I was like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I just think going out or doing something, candy and all that stuff is just not necessary. I'd rather William surprise me with something later, any other time. Just bring me flowers for no reason or say, hey, get dressed up tonight, I'm taking you somewhere. Then let's go do something for Valentine's Day. And I don't want stuffed animals and all that stuff.
There's Jarrell.
I'm not into clutter. There's your Valentine. Hello, Jarrell. He says happy birthday to Jenny, who is my sister. She's the Valentine baby.
Yeah.
And Cheryl and Ed are definitely creators. I saw y'all put out something recently. Yeah, Celtic Thunder is like Celtic women just all see. I think I would really enjoy that. I would enjoy even seeing Celtic women because William watches them. He used to watch them on PBS or something when they would come on. But just the dancing thing, just not my thing.
Huh? There's a Celtic women's song that goes,
Speaking, we were just talking about we're just talking about massages, and I was thinking the other day, what is something that you have to pay for extra on a cruise ship that you have never done, like you've never paid that and had that done that? Does that make sense? Like, I have never ever paid for anything in the spa. Like, I've never paid for a massage or anything like that, or facial.
Didn't you pay for like a day pass?
No, that came with it. That came with Aria on MSC. That was the thermal suite thing. But what's something, anybody in the chat, what's something when you go on a cruise that you have to pay extra for that you've never paid, that you've never done, you never paid for that? Does that make sense? Like, I guess I would say I've never paid for a drink package, but I kind of have, because when you book with like Norwegian, you pay like a little bit extra to get the free at sea stuff than you would if you could not get it and pay a little bit less. I guess I kind of did pay for a drink package. But on Carnival, I've never paid for a drink package because we don't, I mean, we like a cocktail, but we don't like drink that much to make up the difference of that. Something else that you've had to pay for on a cruise ship that you've never done. We've paid for pictures. I paid to gamble. Anything else? We've never done a portrait studio thing. Like you actually have pictures made like in a location kind of thing, but we've paid for pictures to be taken. We've paid for specialty dining before. Anyway, I was just thinking about that. Is there something that you've never paid that's extra that you've just never been interested in paying for it? I've never played table games in the thing. I've only paid for slot machines, I guess. Table games make me nervous. Like, I don't think I know well enough about them to put money on it. But Kurt and Marsha tried to teach me how to do roulette. I watched them. I did not play it. It was still confusing to me. Can you think of anything else?
Just snorkeling and scuba diving. But that is on an excursion. It's not on the ship.
We've never paid to go to a private area on the ship like the Vibe Beach Club. We're not sun worshipers, so we don't do that.
I'm a sun avoider.
So, but anyway, just a question. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Kathy, were you traveling recently? For some reason, I thought you were. Maybe I saw something on Facebook. Will says he's never bought the drink package. 1 or 2 beers is enough for me. Yeah, we're not huge drinkers. We drink a lot of bottled water, but we usually just order a water package for our room. We've never paid extra for the upcharge adult-only area. That's what we're just talking about. On Norwegian's the Vibe Beach area. Yeah. Cheryl and Ed, are y'all lay out in the sun people? Because we're really not. I will when William and I do the yacht club, because I've heard it's very comfortable and it's not crowded at all. So I would take advantage of that. Lots of sunscreen on. Will says he's never been in the casino either, on land or sea. Yeah, a lot of people just don't touch the casinos because casinos can be, first of all, very crowded, a lot of people, and you can also lose money there. But yeah, I do it, but I'm very a penny slot kind of girl, and I have my budget that I go in there with, and I'll walk away if I lose it. So
yeah, the only thing I could think of was like, you know how like there's Faster to the Fun where you can get priority like boarding and like priority tender and
no, we never pay for that. Now I'm platinum, so I don't need that. But yeah, we never pay for that. And also Royal Caribbean has something, I think it's called the Key, the same idea. And I've only done Royal Caribbean once, but we didn't pay for the Key. Of course, the that's when the ship was at 33% capacity, so we really didn't need all that. But yeah, it's interesting to what they, my dad used to call it nickel and diming you.
Nobody nickels and dimes like Disney World.
Really? Like what? All the
Lightning Lanes, Genie Plus. We're going to talk about Lightning Lanes, Genie Plus. If you have to get rent a stroller, energy savers on. Is this not plugged in? Oh no, it is. Is it?
Yeah, it's plugged in. That's weird.
Are you sure? Because it says energy saver is on.
But that's your plug. That little plug thing, it says it's plugged up.
That's a leaf. That's a leaf. That's 29%. That's a leaf.
I don't know why the energy saver.
Hold, please.
Excuse us for technical issues. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, that was it. It got brighter.
Yep.
That's weird. And now it's off.
That's my butt.
You just need to be plugged in better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that is a lightning bolt. That is not a leaf. It's plugged in.
It's plugged in.
It was not plugged in all the way.
Cheryl and Ed said they're not really laying the sun types, but we'll sit for a little while. Cheryl is too antsy and likes to go explore. I just love them. Yeah, I like if I have a good book to read and a lot of sunscreen, and it's not too hot, I can do it.
No.
But I think some, what's it called? What do you get from sun?
Don't ask.
Whatever the vitamins, D or E, whatever. I think that's important to get some sun on you. But yeah, we don't want to walk away blistered, as what we call it for redheads. So yeah. So did anybody watch the Grammys? I thought about that. We're actually gonna do an activity, y'all, in just a minute. But I read today. If y'all didn't watch it, you may agree and disagree with people that won. It's fine. But I just felt like that the fact that they were raising money, it felt like a telethon in a good way for the victims of the wildfires, the fires in LA and California, and the tributes they did to the firefighters. They had the firefighters giving out the Album of the Year award, which was so cool. And I read today that they raised $24 million. That's pretty incredible. I just love they used that program for good. If that makes sense. I just think there needs to be more of that with Hollywood and things going on. But I was just really impressed today when I read that they've altogether raised $24 million from the Grammys. Maybe that could be something they could do for other causes throughout each year. I just thought it was a neat thing, but it was really a great honor to the firefighters and the people of California. I just thought it was a great, I didn't know everybody that performed. I did enjoy Chapel Rose.
Rowan.
Chapel Rowan. That song needs to be at your wedding.
Mama?
What? It was so fun. I understand what it's about, but it needs to be at your wedding. It's just a fun, good vibe song. I think it'd be fun.
It's about her going to the Abbey.
I know, but it's still a fun song. I mean, for your wedding, you want fun music that people's going to sing along with.
I sing it all the time at work to Gracie. Gracie and I sang it.
I sang it tonight. I had it playing on the Alexa tonight when I was cooking. And your dad was like, "What are you singing?" I was like,
HOTTOGL, snapping, clapping, touch your toes.
This was Speaky Pody Club.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know.
So, Hannah, do you have any future travel plans besides what we have planned that we've talked about?
Eventually go back to New York at some point. Don't know when. Want to see The Outsiders again so bad.
I could see Sunset Boulevard again.
I was playing Run, Brother from The Outsiders. I
was playing I don't remember, the Greaser song.
Grease.
I don't remember the name of it, but I was playing that in my car. It was fun. It is a fun soundtrack. If you like soundtracks for musicals, The Outsiders is really good.
It's just I was singing Run, Brother to Jarrell, and I was like, what they do during this song is so
you can't tell people that unless
good. And Reese got a hold.
Yeah.
I like the great expectations.
Tell me why.
Tell me. I told Jarrell, like they won best sound design and lighting design, and that show.
The Outsiders.
Yes.
Okay.
And you watch it and you go. I didn't even realize that they won those 2 Tonys until I looked up afterwards, but I was just like, the timing of the sounds and the lights make that show.
Jarrell would like that show.
I know.
He would like that show. William would like that show because it has a lot of
violence
in it. Not like gory violence.
It's just like
got violence in it.
Just the timing and what they do on that stage is just something that I've never seen before. Yeah. And it's so good.
For those of you that were around the 80s or have watched it since then, there's a movie out called The Outsiders back when I was a teenage girl.
Based off a book.
It's based off a book. We had to read the book in school. But the movie, all the girls wanted to go watch it because it had all the teenage heartthrobs of the time. Rob Lowe,
Matt Dillon,
Tom Cruise,
Patrick Swayze, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio. C. Thomas Howell. So, yeah. But there's a musical now on Broadway that we went to see a few weeks ago. And
my new favorite.
And I want to see it. Won the Tony
for best.
And I will tell you, if you're going there, it honestly is great for guys and girls to see. It just has a little bit of everything, and the music is fantastic, and the cast is ridiculously good. So if you like The Outsiders, or if you even don't know what The Outsiders is about, go watch it.
Is that your stomach?
We have some other people that have joined us. What did Kathy say? Unfortunately, it was Halloween. I was on with Eddie Lugo, Controversial Cruising, Cruise Nuts, Tinkerbell, Jeremy and Cheryl. So you may have seen me in the background of their yes, I think that's what it was. So you were with a lot of the people we were with last October for the Booze Cruise.
Here's one of my favorite Canadians.
One of your favorite Canadians. Hey, Nick. Good to see you. Nick actually went to London.
He saw Devil Wears Prada.
And he saw Devil Wears Prada last weekend.
With Vanessa Williams.
Yeah. And I love Vanessa Williams. So. Mm-hmm. And look at there's Mr. Paul. Hey, Paul. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said Matt Dillon's another one of the movies. You're right.
I said Matt Dillon.
Oh, did you?
I said Matt Dillon. You said Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, Ralph Macchio, Tom Cruise. Give me a minute. Emilio Estevez. That's my boy.
There's Miss Beautiful Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping. Yeah, we appreciate it. Good to see you.
Outsiders.
Hope you and your hubby are doing well.
Let me see that.
I love the way Kelly's husband talks.
Okay,
I watch y'all's videos just to hear his accent because I love his accent.
Okay. Patrick Swayze, Matt Dillon, Rob Lowe, Tom Cruise, C. Thomas Howell, Ralph Macchio, Emilio Estevez.
Patrick Swayze. Loved him.
Patrick Swayze is the older brother.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Dillon is Sally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry. Calm down. I'm sick because I said Matt Dillon. I don't know. It's just they use water.
Don't give it away.
I'm just saying I've never seen a play use water. Like actual water.
And I think Jarrell would also like Sunset Boulevard just for the
camera effects.
Yeah. It's just something I've never seen in my life. I don't think I ever will see anything similar to that. That was some crazy stuff. So, what are you reading, Hannah?
The Paradise Problem.
The Paradise Problem.
By Christina Lauren. It is about 2 people who were kind of struggling for money in college. This is how it starts out. And they, in order to get into family housing, it's a guy and a girl. They get married. They are platonic, 100%. And then they never got divorced after that. And he's been lying to his family that he's been married because he wants them off his back.
Mm-hmm.
And his sister's getting married, and at the wedding, the family's like, "Bring your wife," and so they have to reconcile after like 3 years of not seeing each other.
Oh,
it's really funny.
I am reading Rock, Paper, Scissors. Rock, Paper, Scissors. It's a thriller. So I haven't got to the thriller part, but it's gotten creepy, so it's gonna be good.
Now she has the audiobook.
No, I have the audiobook
because I have 2 library cards now.
All right, so we're gonna play kind of a game, but not really. But there are certain things, objects that, like from us being in the South, we call it one thing. But some people that may live in California or Ontario or in the Midwest or other places or in the North that call it totally something different. So we're going to show you an object. Well, first of all, let's put the slideshow up. This is called, what do you call this? You can go to the next one. The first thing before we start, y'all start telling us the one word that comes to your mind when you see this picture of what it's called. Tell us where you are from. We don't need your complete address. It could be your state. It could be your country, whatever you want. It could be your location, like Northeast. We don't have to know all your business. We are from South Carolina, so when we tell you what we call this object, is the way we say it in South Carolina. So first of all, in the chat, just tell us your location, because I think it's interesting to know where you're from so that we know what you call these things. So it'll make sense when you see it. So let's start off by just looking at the chat. Just type in, where are you from? Which we know most of y'all's locations. Just because we know y'all.
Gotta get out while you can. Run.
If you're driving, don't do this. All right. So we got Cheryl and Ed. So they're from New Jersey. They definitely would probably call some of these things different names than we call them. Okay. Of course, Nick is from Ontario, Canada. Kathy is from North Carolina. She's a Southern girl like us. Currently in Atlanta, originally from Chicago, so I'll be calling things the opposite. That'll be interesting to hear what I was going to call them. Okay. All right. And if anybody else wants to chime in, we'll recognize it in just a second. So we're going to show you an object. The first word, I don't need to know like 3 different ways you can say it. I want to know the first word that comes to your mind when you see this object. What do you call it? Okay.
We're just going to say Arkansas.
Huh? Oh, Paul's from Arkansas. He's probably driving. South. Arkansas. Is that Arkansas?
Arkansas.
All right. What do you call these? That would be interesting if Kelly was still here. She might have already left because Kelly's from Louisiana, I'm pretty sure. Her husband has the best New Orleans kind of accent. Cajun, yeah. That's what I was trying to think of.
I don't know, like their A's are so pronounced. Raw. I don't know.
He has a great, it's interesting. I have to show you one of his videos. See, y'all call them different things. All right, Hannah, what do you call that?
Crawfish.
I call them crawfish too.
Crawfish, but Jarrell said crayfish, other with a Y instead of a W.
And Cheryl and Ed call them crawfish. Crawdads. Mudbugs. We said that tonight when we were talking about crawfish and crawfish. But look like chili peppers. So do y'all not have crawfish in Canada?
They're bugs. They're water bugs.
Yeah, crayfish, crawfish, crawdads. And you know, I read the book about where the crawdads sing.
Don't ask me.
Anyway, and I watched the movie, and I never realized they were talking about the same thing.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought it was something else they were talking about. Well, I call them crawfish. Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you call this stuff?
Generally, when in the South, you can call it just Coke, but we call it soda. I have to pee.
Hannah's sleeping me. I call them by their individual names, like a Dr. Pepper, a Pepsi, soda, a Coca-Cola. But what do y'all call them? Hannah had to go potty. Y'all hear that? All right, so Will calls it pop. Cheryl and Ed call it soda. Nick calls it pop. See, we don't call it pop around here. If we call it usually soda or by the name of the can, what it is. Kathy calls it soda and Jarrell calls it soda. Okay. Do y'all have a favorite from that picture? Which one's your favorite? My favorite is Dr. Pepper. I also like a Coke Zero, but it's not the picture. Okay. I know what Jarrell likes. He likes flavored ginger ale. Our Costco had flavored ginger ale, like grape and cranberry and different ones around Christmas time. And William and Jarrell like those. So Paul likes RC colas. My grandfather used to have a lumber company. There was a gas station at the lumber company to fill the trucks up with. And he would always, he owned the lumber company and the gas station. And he would like go in, he'd take us in there when we were little. And he's like, grab a pack of Nabs with these little crackers by Lance and grab an RC Cola. Nabs and an RC Cola. Jarrell likes Dr. Pepper or vanilla Coke. I've never drank vanilla Coke in my life. I like Dr. Pepper. And Nick's like me. He likes a good Coke Zero. And Will says, I have to drink Coke products because it would be sacrilegious to drink something else because you're in Atlanta. But yeah, we drink Coke products more than we do drink Pepsi products, but I do like a Dr. Pepper or a Mr. Pibb. All right. What do y'all call these? Cheryl and Ed said they like Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, zero sugar. Yes, I love a Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Have you tried Zero Dr. Pepper?
No.
It's really good.
I do not like it.
You don't like Zero?
It's not as crisp.
So what do y'all call these as a whole? I just saw one I hadn't heard before. Never heard that before.
It's cute.
We just learned a Canadian word.
I've heard tinnies.
Yeah. Now look. We got some different ones for this one. I'm like Kathy. I call them tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Cheryl and Ed call them sneakers. And so does Paul. And then Will calls them gym shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And the Canadians call them runners. I've never heard that before. Makes sense, though.
Trainers.
And the Brits call them trainers.
I've heard them also called tinnies.
Tennies.
Tinnies.
Isn't that just interesting that we call things different from the different parts of the country
Mm-hmm.
and in other countries? What do you call the end piece of the bread? This one actually has lots of different names when I was just looking it up. What do you call the end piece of the bread?
The end piece.
The
Crust.
You call it the crust?
I mean, it's all crust except for the part you cut.
I call it the end piece.
I knew that someone was going to say it. Trash. Trash. I knew someone was going to say it.
I mean, I can remember growing up, and
people wanted that part.
no, it would be sitting in the bag. Nobody would eat it.
I would eat it.
I would eat it. I made toast out of it.
Mm.
I wouldn't want it for a sandwich, I don't think. But I'd make toast out of it.
Butter toast.
Mm-hmm. My grandfather, he didn't waste anything when we were growing up. He was, of course, a child of the Depression times, but he would never let us skip that piece of bread. He was like, no, you're going to eat that.
Never allowed to eat the end growing up.
You weren't allowed to eat it. How about that?
It's just gross.
Yeah.
It's just gross.
But it, yeah.
Makes for good dressing.
It does make for good dressing. It makes good, decent toast. So what do they call it? No, it's the end piece. Okay. I like when you say call it trash. The heel. Okay.
Heel.
I've heard that. The heel.
The ends.
I've never actually heard somebody say heel though, just around me, but I saw that. I looked it up and that was one of the answers too.
Dad says it's good with gravy.
It's good with gravy. Hello, William. Everybody say hey to William. William likes everything with gravy.
He'll bring the whole bread thing to the table when we have gravy.
I made him happy last night because I made beef tips with gravy.
Mm.
And he had mashed potatoes.
I can't have that no more.
Beef. Hannah has gallbladder issues.
Pork. Anything fried. Anything. He said anything spicy. I said no. I like spicy food. That's flavorful.
And they said some people call it The heel, the end, the crust, or the butt. Never heard it called the butt of the
Touch
bread.
the butt.
There's Will saying hello to William. All right, what do you call this thing?
Gravy and light bread for dessert.
My husband could just eat gravy and bread. He'd be perfectly happy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He loves gravy. He was asking me last night because I made it for him. He's like, "Did you not grow up with eating a lot of gravy?" And I said, "Not really." Mm-mm. The only time we ever had gravy is if she made like one that's pot roasted in the crock pot
or Salisbury steaks.
She didn't make that either.
Oh, that's a shame. Salisbury steak is good.
If she made something like the roast in the crock pot, we had gravy. So we weren't a big gravy family. But I married one. I married a big gravy man. Everybody seems to be saying the same thing. Some people call it, what do you call it?
I call it a water fountain.
I call it a water fountain. Some people call it a drinking fountain. And you said one tonight. It's also called what?
A bubbler.
A bubbler. And that was one of the ones I saw. Who calls it a bubbler?
Up north.
Oh.
Like Wisconsin, I think.
A bubbler. What does Cheryl and Ed call it? A water fountain.
A water fountain.
A water fountain.
A water.
In their New Jersey accent.
Water
fountain. Kathy calls it a water fountain too. Okay. Mm-hmm. The things in the jar. Not the jar. What do you call those things in the jar? We have a lot of those in the summertime here. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we'll see them as much as we did because
we lost all the trees.
We lost so much. Yeah, they usually were out there in the chain link area where all the trees were, and we lost a chain link. We put up a wooden fence in place of it. Yes, it just our hurricane that we came. Those of you that don't know, the hurricane came through our city.
It sat on us.
Sat on us for 60 minutes at 100-mile-per-hour winds in September, and we all had a lot of damage. Well, we were fortunate. I will just say that we had a lot of damage, but we were very fortunate compared to others.
We have clients that are not living in their homes right now, and we have several clients that have over $100,000 in repairs and are misplaced out of their house.
Mama's neighbor across the street, Miss Ann. She's had like $75,000 worth of damage.
I'm talking like one person, they had $160,000 worth of damage. And there's just people that are just renting Airbnbs now, just like month by month, because they have nowhere to go. And Hannah didn't really think she had much damage to her roof. And then she waited, because the adjusters were so busy, and she finally waited. She waited for a while and had the adjuster recently come look at her roof. The funny thing is that the adjuster came during the chaos of the snowstorm. Yeah. And the day that we were running around LaGuardia, he calls and goes, "Hey, are you going to be at your house?" And I'm like, "I'm going to find a flight home because of snow." Yeah. But he told her she needs a whole new roof. I was like, because I collected the shingles from around the yard, and I was like, I knew I had wind damage, and I knew I had missing shingles, but I thought we just needed to, I collected all the shingles because I was like, oh, then maybe they could put them back up. Nope. So Hannah's got to get a new roof now. Yep. So we had to get a partially new fence. We had to get a whole back of our fence done and had some trees removed. See, okay, I called them fireflies. You call them fireflies? I call them fireflies. I call them lightning bugs. And Dad and Mom call them lightning bugs. Yep, Cheryl and Ed call them lightning bugs. Fireflies just rolls off the tongue better. Fireflies. Alliteration. Fireflies. Lightning bugs from Paul. And Kathy says lightning bugs. Okay. I say fireflies. I love seeing them, though. What do you call that thing in the middle? What you take around the grocery store. Put your stuff in. What do you call it? Fun fact about me is I don't go grocery shopping. Do you ever go to the grocery store and go grocery shopping? If I need something, yes. I might go to Publix if they're having a good sale on something. I hate going to the grocery store. I don't go into Walmart because Walmart overstimulates me. I go to Food Lion. Publix. So
Yeah, Food Line here is nice.
Food Line has good sales too.
Mm-hmm. I just forget about it where it's located. But I order my groceries online pretty much all the time. Not online. I mean, I guess Walmart Plus and William goes to pick them up at the parking lot.
You do go to Costco though.
I do. I love me some Costco now.
And then Costco, some people don't consider that a grocery store, but half of it is groceries.
We get all our meat pretty much from Costco.
You know, I should just get rotisserie chickens at Costco. They're $5.
They're so good.
Just eat off it like a caveman.
Yeah, totally off. We like Costco.
And then there's the father. I do go into Aldi sometimes.
He was at Aldi today. Aldi does have good prices.
I really need to just get some smoked salmon and bagels for lunch.
William likes Aldi because they have the specialty cheeses.
So I do Instacart 95% of the time. I will have to say, this past weekend, I did Instacart to get some sushi.
From Publix?
No, from Okinawa, the restaurant. Because apparently Instacart does restaurants now.
You should use Grubhub because it's free. Service charge.
Yeah, this one was
Amazon Plus.
But this was a free service charge. But they gave me a $25 off of a more than like $35 order.
Oh, that's a good deal.
And I was like, oh yes, ma'am. Costco rules.
So Will does Instacart 95% of the time. Sometimes he just drives it and pick it up. Yeah. Or have it delivered.
So we call this a buggy. Kathy calls it a grocery cart.
A grocery cart. Okay.
We got shopping carts. But we call them buggies.
Yeah. We call them buggies.
Yeah.
Grab a buggy. Let's go.
It's a buggy.
And Publix has the best driving buggies. They're smooth.
Yeah.
They have smooth drive.
I
don't know what they do with the buggies.
I like the tiered ones.
Oh, yeah, the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I usually go to Publix because they have a good buy one, get one free.
What do you call the thing on the road? Like the thing
What do you call
forms.
that thing?
The thing the road forms. Big Ben.
These have become popular here.
Harlot.
They're becoming popular here.
Big Ben.
Especially, we live near the Augusta National where they play the Masters, and they're putting these in too on the roads around it.
Paul said buggy.
Traffic control. Paul calls it a buggy like us.
Yeah.
What do you call that thing that cars are on?
Parliament.
Big Ben.
Parliament again. Big Ben.
You like my $1.67 ring I got from Temu?
Yeah. Better be glad you got it because you won't have it no more.
Yeah, they stopped
all shipments.
No, they canceled that. They paused that for now. No, I've lost weight, and I've lost weight in my fingers, and my rings are too big. So I'm buying cheap rings from Temu and Shein.
We don't take our rings when we travel.
Also, when we travel, we don't take our real rings.
Mm-hmm. Jarrell thought my fake engagement ring was my real engagement ring. And he was like, is your ring turning?
Turning? I was like, no, it was $1.67. I was like, I got that one from Shein.
Stop saying that. Stop saying what? What did we say?
Stop saying what?
What did we say?
I don't know what I said. Don't tell me what to do, William Reese. Pay attention to our dogs downstairs.
Stupid people magnet circle. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. If you just know how to be courteous and you know how to drive and use your turning signals, I like these better than waiting at stoplights.
Or four-way.
Yeah. It makes so much more sense.
But like you said, they have to be smart to do it. And they have to be courteous. Kathy, you get Masters tickets every year, but you never... Oh.
Please tell me you sell them.
I hope you sell them and hope you get a lot of money for them. I'm sure you do. I always try to get them, and I never get them. And I live 7 minutes away.
Daddy.
I have to tell you, the person in our family that is addicted to Temu is not the two people sitting right here. The one in the chat is addicted to Temu.
I don't shop.
I had to put him on a
Oh, was my deodorant downstairs?
budget. I don't know if that's deodorant or not. You got packages. I don't know.
She said $, $. Good.
Smart lady. We won't tell anybody, just the internet.
Everyone sells their tickets.
Everybody does.
Everybody sells their tickets.
Yeah. I've only been one time, and that was during practice rounds.
I just want to go to see, like, the course.
I even tried to get tickets this year. I tried all of it. Practice rounds, the
women's,
the actual thing, and the women's amateur one. We're doing that.
We're doing that because they're not amateurs.
No, they're really good. But I got nothing. So,
yeah.
But it is a legacy thing, I think. Once you get them, pretty sure you get them. Continue to get them.
I call them a roundabout, but people call them traffic circles down here.
I call them traffic circles, don't
I
call it the roundabout.
I say roundabout.
I guess I do. I do say roundabout.
You go, and you also say Parliament. Yeah. Big Ben. Griswold's family vacation.
Paul says he'll go to the Masters. What do you call the colorful things on the ice cream? The colorful things on the ice cream. William, stop don't answer these things. You know whatever.
Is that why do you have my phone?
I don't know. I thought so. The colorful things on the ice cream cone.
Excuse me.
Well, who calls them these?
People from Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yes. Remember I had a roommate from Pennsylvania, and she looked at us like we were crazy. And I was like, no, ma'am. He said, I haven't answered.
I'm just proud of him that he's using his spelling and grammar. Sometimes he types so fast that you're like, what did he just
punctuation.
Type? And he used punctuation.
They're called a rotary in Connecticut. We're talking about the roundabout.
Oh. Okay. All right. So I call those sprinkles.
I think everybody else does.
Everybody else calls them sprinkles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sprinkles.
But also some people, Pennsylvanians,
mm-hmm.
called them jimmies. Jimmies. Instead of sprinkles.
Candy. Yeah, I said candy. And then people from other countries call them hundreds and thousands.
I've never heard that.
Because there's in the little container, there are hundreds of thousands of them.
Okay. All right, next. Another sweet treat. What do you call the stuff on top of the cake?
There it is. See, Nick said it. Hundreds and thousands.
Ah!
So I told you I wasn't making it up.
I've never heard that before.
Hundreds and thousands.
How about that?
I told you. I wasn't making it up.
So not the cake part, but what they're putting on top of it. What do you call it? Hundreds and thousands.
Because there's a lot of them. There's hundreds and thousands of them. Mm-hmm. Do you know that Dolly has a musical coming and it's performing in Tennessee?
Mm-hmm. I follow Dolly on Instagram.
When is it there?
I don't know. I really like to go back to Dollywood. I haven't been there since you were little.
Working 9 to 5.
I like the water park we went to around there too.
I was telling Gracie and Lizzie about Dad and the water park yesterday. We were talking about breaking toes.
That wasn't there. Was that in Virginia?
That was water country in
Virginia,
Williamsburg. But
Cheryl and I went to Dollywood last year, I think, after they left.
Working
Helen.
No, I don't. Speaking of which, no water park.
Have you seen the tube thing where you do this?
And you're in a capsule, and the
floor drops out. Well, William did it in Virginia, and when he did the whole thing, and he got up, he was so disoriented.
It is so disorienting
because it is. I mean, I didn't do it. I'm not.
In his defense, it is. You need to take a minute to collect yourself.
Well, he didn't collect himself, and he got up, and you know how they had the different thing,
like the
slides,
walls
on the side.
And then when you get to the very bottom, there are no walls.
Well,
he didn't get to the very bottom.
So he tripped over the wall and broke his toe.
But we didn't realize he broke his toe until we had been in the
lazy river
for 30 minutes. And we got out of the lazy river
and
saw his toe was black. And we were like, oh, shoot. He was like, I'm okay. You want to go another ride? No, we need to go to first aid.
All right. So some people, Will Cooper calls it.
Sorry.
Some Cooper's above him.
I know.
Well, Nick calls it icing.
I was going with the majority.
Nick calls it icing. I think I call it frosting. I
call it both. It just doesn't.
And Will calls it frosting. Our son calls it diabetes. Yeah.
There's Cruise Nuts.
Hey, Cruise Nuts. Good to see you. We're kind of, because everybody's from different places, we're kind of saying what we call these things. And Cruise Nuts, where are you all from? I'm trying to remember where they're from. They're from Florida. I can't remember. All right. So what do you call this thing? One of William's favorite things besides gravy.
They're from Texas.
That'd be interesting to see what you call these things.
So I had a wrap from that place in downtown North Augusta.
A wrap.
I thought
you said a rat. Okay.
A wrap.
And
it was called Welcome to Thailand. And what I'm about to say sounds really weird, but it was very, very good. It was grilled chicken. It was sauteed onions and like bell peppers. White rice. Wait for it. Scrambled eggs.
In a wrap?
I know, but it was one of the most delicious things I've had. It was so
I'm
good.
funny about eggs with stuff.
I loved it.
Like I don't like a biscuit with egg and sausage or whatever. I'm not.
Is that not just a muffin?
He likes plain cupcakes. A muffin is not. No, it's cake without icing or frosting. All right.
Tell me.
What do you call that?
A sub.
I call it a sub.
So sub.
Yeah.
Hoagie.
I used to think when people said hoagies, I thought that was a totally different kind of sandwich. I never knew it was the same thing.
I think it just sounds too much like a loogie that I just don't say that. I'm just saying.
Some people call it a submarine sandwich.
No, it's a sub.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Subway. I think that's a big thing down here is Subway.
Yeah,
so we just call it subs.
Subway was probably our first sub shop. We used to have a local one, but
any kind of substation.
But now, and that was really good. But now there's more stuff like Jersey Mike's and all that stuff.
Jimmy John's.
And Jimmy John's, yeah.
I like a Jimmy John's.
But it used to be all we had was Subway.
Mm-hmm. Hero.
He calls it a hero sandwich?
No, I don't know.
What do you call that vehicle in the picture? I prefer a
New
Orleans po' boy. Yes. Subterminal. Yep, we have Subterminal 1 and Subterminal 2.
Just go to Wawa for Hoagie Fest.
Wawa. We don't have a Wawa.
Yeah, my first Wawa experience was in Orlando, and okay. And my roommate, she was from Jersey, and she was like, Wawa has the best mac and cheese. And I was like, what is Wawa?
And you're getting mac and cheese from a convenience store?
Yeah. And I was like, what's a Wawa?
I wonder what Paul calls this.
A big truck.
A big truck.
See, I don't call it any of those things.
We don't either. Growing up, my brother and I used to call them Mack trucks just because that's what the company made them. And then I call them fifth wheels. Did I call them fifth wheels? No, that was a camper.
Yeah.
I guess I do call them Mack trucks still.
Yeah. And I know
they're not all Mack trucks, but that's what I call them.
I just think of like when Lightning McQueen and from Cars gets lost on the highway and he's trying to find Mac, who's a Mac truck, and he sees a truck and he's just yelling Mac,
and Peterbilt,
and he goes, I ain't no Mac, I'm a Peterbilt for dang sake, and ever since then I just quote that all the time. I'm a Peterbilt for dang sake. I call it a semi.
A semi?
Yeah, a semi truck, and then Dad calls it an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, he does.
We don't call it a transport truck, and we do not call it a tractor trailer.
Mm-mm.
It's either a Mack truck, a semi, or an 18-wheeler.
Kathy calls it a tractor. I'll look at what Kathy says because she's from North Carolina, and Will is from, he's in.
See, Cruise Nuts calls it a semi, too.
A semi.
A semi.
Like a semi-truck.
Yeah, a semi-truck. Or a semi-trailer. Semi.
I call it a Mack truck. I know that's not right.
Hey, no Mac. I'm a Peterbilt for dang sake.
All right, the thing in the middle of it, of the peach. What do you call it? We have this one and 2 more.
We ain't gonna make that.
Do it fast.
What in the world, Jarrell?
What's wrong with that?
That is not what we call that.
All right, what do you call it?
I call it a pit.
I call it a pit. Paul calls it a pit.
Cruise Nuts calls it a pit.
Yeah.
Charlotte calls it a pit.
Uh-huh.
Will calls it a pit. Kathy calls it a pit.
Peach pit, yeah.
No, he is not.
What?
Core, and then Jarrell, and my dad says you are correct. That is a pit. And then Nick calls it a seed.
Some people call it the stone.
Yeah,
and some people call it the kernel.
None of us call it.
I never heard that.
What do you call the store?
The store that all the alcohol is sold at. What do you call it? There's a lot of names for this. William, he wrote extra names. You see this? He even looked at what it stood for.
Oh, okay. I was looking it up too.
He spelled it wrong.
How do you spell it? Are you making fun of that letter right there? Oh, okay. Are you sure that's not an O?
I don't know what that is.
It is an O.
Okay.
Is that not supposed to be?
It is.
I think it is an O. Look at his other O. Look at the way he writes his A's. That's an O.
Okay, lots. Oh, what is that for? What did your father say?
I don't know what a class 6 is. Is that like on base or something? I don't know.
Maybe.
But I know exactly how Jarrell's saying this.
The liquor store.
No, a liquor store. A liquor store. Liquor store. A liquor store.
Liquor store.
Liquor store. LCBO, Liquor Control Board of Ontario.
The LCBO. There's a board.
Liquor store. Liquor store.
Yeah. I call it the liquor store.
In PA, they call it a state store.
A state store. Okay.
He calls it a gin house.
Okay.
Allergic to gin. Don't call it that. And then ABC store is what I call it.
Okay. So I've got liquor store, the package store, the party store, the packy, the state store, the ABC store, which William says stands for Alcoholic Beverage Control. And we also call it the red dot here. Because there's a big red dot on the thing. Just show it's liquor store.
They call it the liquor store or the ABC. Yep.
All right. One more. What do you call the thing the water's coming out of? And everybody might have the same answer for this one. Or maybe not. So the state store comes from Pennsylvania. Okay. Because I saw that on there, but I've never heard of it before. Usually around here is liquor store, ABC store, red dot store, or package store, or liquor store. And they have the best boxes. If you ever need to go move in something that needs to be heavy duty, they have the best boxes. When I was teaching school, we moved from an old building to a brand new building, and everybody went to the liquor store to get all their boxes because they held stuff so well. Here, all these teachers wore their boxes with liquor.
Now you can get boxes at Costco.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we do have some different answers.
We call it the faucet.
Yeah, we call it the faucet.
Faucet. Faucet. Faucet. and it calls it a tap. Makes sense.
You get the water out of the tap.
And then...
Because tap water.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It makes me drunk.
It makes me itchy.
It makes her break out in halves.
Yeah.
And me too.
Yeah. Jarrell says spigot.
Spigot. That was the other thing I had.
Spigot.
Yep. All right. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I thought it was kind of interesting to see what everybody calls things around the country and in Canada too. So we are right on time. It's 8:00.
Woot.
Woot, woot. That was good timing. I believe Lovey's Fat Life is live at 8. We don't have the wonderful Meg here to tell us, and she knows everything like that. Beach Please at 9. Maybe not, because they're on a cruise in Australia. Yeah, with some friends. So that's fun. So Hannah, will you close it out, please?
Thank you all for... Oh, Jesus. My father's so commenting. He's saying that y'all drink out of a water hose because you were 80s babies.
We did. We played outside and we didn't go back inside until the sun started going down.
The water hose tastes very
If we were thirsty, we drank out of the water hose.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for staying to the end. Y'all are the real MVPs. But we hope that you all stay safe out there, stay healthy, and don't forget to journey on.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.